Hello, I'm Stephanie Eade. I'm the Senior Manager of Partner Marketing at Appian, and today we're going to be discussing the new Appian App Market Accelerators, designed for the healthcare industry by Bits and Glass. Joining me today is David Hauser, who is the Appian Practice Leader at Bits and Glass, and Fritz Haimberger, who is the Vice President of Appian's Healthcare Practice. So tell us about the new Appian Clinical Trial Intake Accelerator.
Okay, so we had done other work in clinical trial space before with Appian. This application accelerator is actually focused on initiating, planning, and starting a clinical trial.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the various phases of a clinical trials process. Appian, of course, has had a great bit of success in the pharmaceutical, life sciences, medical device space with clinical trials. It was kind of a natural segue for us to take it into the healthcare provider world and say, hey, we've done it and done it very well from the sponsor side of the house. Right. What if we take a look at it from the folks who are actually doing the trials? So what those sites are, who those folks are, who those institutions are, with which and with whom those sponsors do business to get their trials done. So we kind of looked at it from what's the first step in the process? Well, a lot of time it's that study startup, it's the intake process, it is those sponsors looking to find appropriate sites to perform their trials. So it was a natural kind of segue for us to be able to say, we want our clients to be a site of choice, if you will, for those sponsors. So to have those sponsors know that, hey, if I go to this particular sponsor, to this particular clinical institution, they have their stuff together. They're going to be able to get us on board quickly. They're going to be able to get this paperwork through legal in an efficient manner. They're going to be able to very efficiently find a patient population, that would be appropriate to perform this clinical trial with. We're going to get all those T's crossed and I's dotted such that that trial can get green lighted and get started as quickly as possible, ultimately saving hopefully the lives of as many patients as possible.
In terms of lifting something like a trial off the ground, it's not about one or two activities. It's really a huge orchestration of different resources and different people. So what we're trying to help the industry with here is really doing that in a way that is effective, that we're, as Fritz pointed out, able to initiate trials, but in a way that's really robust, right? A way that satisfies legal governance requirements, and ultimately patient safety is number one concern. So.
Yeah. Keeping that gold standard clinical quality of care at the forefront is absolutely something that we want to hold in the highest esteem. But by the same token, we can't disavow knowledge of the fact that it still takes dollars, it still takes a cash flow to make these trials happen. And we want to ensure that these sponsors are able to control that flow appropriately, to pay folks when needed, that invoicing is appropriately happening as needed. But even on the front end, as we look to get a trial started up, for example, looking at the financial feasibility of starting a trial, getting it up off the ground, all of those different things, making sure that a principal investigator is in place and has accepted the terms of the agreement, ensuring that the IRB is squared up and that all of those I's are dotted, T's are crossed, those T's and C's are completed, ensuring that before that money is sunk to get a trial off the ground, that it will indeed be spent appropriately and in good earnest. Certainly looking at a lot of these organizations with whom sponsors work, nonprofit organizations, not-for-profit organizations, cash flow is of utmost importance to them. There's not exactly money to burn on trials that may end up in failure or never get up off the ground in the first place.
All right. You can find out more about this accelerator and more on the Appian App Market.